start that recording, and we're gonna start that stream. And where's the bits? Where's the bits? There's the bits. Welcome to Horsin Around, a dumbass cast. I'm your host, as always, Nick Brigadante, and for me today, I have three guests. I'm not gonna say lovely guests because some of them certainly are making some choices here today. But if you'd like to introduce yourselves, you'd like to introduce yourself, Pyramid Head.
Hi, I'm Lul.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this.
Uh-huh.
It's me, Ayn Rand's nightmare, Jacob.
Hi, I'm not Nick. I'm Brad.
Okay, great. For our audio
Jacob,
listeners,
you say that, but you are in fact blonde and white.
who is Ayn Rand? What is this joke?
Come on, man. That's like a famous name.
I don't. Do you think I know things?
You actually, Nick plays BioShock unironically, boys. We've confirmed.
Oh, wait. What?
Ayn Rand is.
BioShock is an apolitical game. I don't
No.
You're right,
Okay,
dude.
for a second I thought you were saying that the guy you just mentioned was Andrew Ryan, but I was like, no, that's not.
No. It's almost like Andrew Ryan is a play on words, Nick.
Holy shit.
I've never heard of the. I don't know who the guy you're referring to is. I assume he's.
Ayn Rand is a
Political
famous
game.
conservative woman who wrote Atlas Shrugged. I think I got it confused with the other book. Cloud Atlas, but it's not Cloud. She wrote Atlas Shrugged. And if you're ever like, hey, what's BioShock about? It's literally an entire game that critiques her philosophy. Also, the world we live in is a critique of her philosophy.
Sometimes I feel like that.
Sometimes it feel like that.
For our audio listeners, the reason we are so begrudged about Will's appearance is that he has a fucking filter on his head that turns his head into a giant pyramid.
Black.
It's not because he's black.
Have him black.
It's kind of upsetting how well the filter actually works, though.
It works really well.
It's just
really
it is fucked up
upsetting.
that it works that as well. Like there's no like you were mentioning
no
the last
reason we should
time I was
actually do
using
this.
the NVIDIA.
Don't put the it's the curse broke for a second.
For 1 second, when he takes a sip, it breaks. But like with the fucking NVIDIA broadcast thing, like that fake green screen has some issues sometimes, but this thing is fucking perfect about how
Oh my
hard
god,
it locks on.
it has another dimension to it. It's
Yeah,
not just
no,
a
you can
triangle.
turn.
That's what's good about it.
Yeah, and it gets the underside
Wow.
as well. It's fucking absurd. How does it choose what to put on the bottom side layer? Because it can't know. What is it using?
It's guessing. It looks like it's pulling something to the right of Lul or something behind him.
Yeah, it looks like it might be the...
Or
Yeah,
the
it's-
top of his head? It looks like that's his hairline. As one part of it.
I think the table. Isn't that the table?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Could be.
It's fucking whack. Whatever it is, it's witch magic, and we should burn it like we did with the witches. That's all I'm saying.
I'll say.
Some things just need to be burned with fire, okay? Good lord. I do like the meme you put in here of the very well-aged cyber chase meme, Jacob. Is very, very tasteful.
Look, he looks like a character out of Cyber Chase, dude. Is that a lie?
No, it's not. Dude, I fucking love Cyber Chase as a kid.
This is what they were envisioning when they made Cyber Chase like 40 years ago. This is what they were picturing.
Yeah, this is the future.
One day we will be able to do this. I mean, I have some other filters, but they're not as fun as Face Prism. Like, the rest of them are just like regular Snapchat shits. Like,
Oh, well,
Please
don't need any of that. I'm so sorry for audio listeners. This is okay. That's like a normal one. That one with the fucking spooky face on it. That looks like something out of Five Nights at Freddy's. Is that like?
I was gonna say
is that like
yeah.
promotional?
that one's like a. No, that one's like a forehead. What the fuck? Okay. Hey,
that was
there
pretty
we
good.
go.
No.
Cyber Chase. Cyber Chase.
Uno reverse on that one.
Cyber
I'll
Chase.
take the pyramid head over this.
Warn me about Hacker. Warn me about Hacker.
I don't fucking remember any of the lines.
Maybe the wiki will have something. Come on, quote section.
Google, help me.
Come on.
Oh, they have the
awful,
anime
wow.
filter.
The
Okay.
anime filter is still bad at doing black people.
Oh,
It's not good at it, I tell you what.
oh man, it's trying. It's certainly making an attempt. But What the fuck? All right.
What
all right.
is that?
All right. Can we talk about some actual things so we don't just leave our audio listeners just fucked over on? Oh, that one's just a blank screen.
That
This-
filter's scary, man.
This one's actually
I don't know
racist.
how to trigger. There's supposed to be a way to like trigger some of these, but I don't know how.
Oh,
Ooh.
that one's cool.
Very synthy, a synthwave vibe.
Oh, now it's gray.
Yeah,
Now it's
some
gray
of these,
again.
like, some of these are supposed to be helmets, and they just don't recognize my head.
Fortunate. Kind of fucked up. We got some topics this week that aren't just Lul's face, as beautiful as it is.
Whoa,
and
look
as
at that.
fucked
No,
up
I
as
mean,
he's
how can we
making it.
not talk about that? Look at that.
It
No,
is
now
now
it-
a weird
Now it freaks out when the teeth get shown. No, I'm
transmorgifying
upset
sphere. Oh, stop. Stop. There's a weird
again.
sphere on
Something
the
shouldn't
screen
have
now.
teeth. I'm sorry. I might be a teeth supremacist, but something should not have teeth.
Oh, did I talk about this on the show before? I feel like I don't remember where I saw it, but somewhere I was shown like some weird avant-garde art where it was like a painting of somebody's like mouth, like open mouth with their tongue out, but the tongue was covered in fur, and it looked so wrong, just intrinsically, like
I see.
like the materials that were used for
Oh, the
for
tongue of fur. I think you did mention that at one point.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Tongue of fur
Okay,
doesn't sound too
we've
bad
come
to
full
me.
triangle. He's back to the
He's
triangle.
back. We've returned to the
Yeah,
the
so
cursed
we're
state
going to
that
continue
we
with the
began.
podcast.
Yeah.
question.
Okay. All right. I guess that this is just how it's gonna be now. But I think, actually, funny enough, I think I did see that on Tumblr because I feel like I just see a lot of weird art shit get reblogged by some people I follow on Tumblr, which ties into a topic that we banted about in one of our Discords a little while back. But I would like to make a stance here. I've been on the fence about getting a Twitter for a while because
Don't say you're on the fence. Just don't do it.
I mean, like, Pat and others were bringing up some points about how, like, it provides good direct information about, like, what's going on in the games industry, and I feel like that's relevant to me. So, like,
Nick, have you ever did you I don't know if you know this, but there's these weird things called news websites.
Yeah, I
they still
know.
exist. I know it's rare and hard to find these
Imagine
days.
using a news website
But-
in
but,
modern time.
And
if
not
only,
Twitter.
if only I could type
Instead
in
of
something
just
like,
doom
I don't know.
Do you,
like,
all right, Jacob, counterpoint. Do you know how
GameInformer.com.
often that fucking those websites just link back to tweets people have made? Like,
That's
That's a
fine.
good
That
point.
mean you can
They
read
do
the
do
tweet
that.
without having a Twitter.
well, that's the
Congratulations. You
that's the
played
thing I've been
yourself.
doing so far. It's just like I don't know if maybe I should just, I don't know.
All right, I have a confession live on this stream. I
Yeah.
have a Twitter
Oh my
that
god.
I made for my YouTube channel to tweet out when I put up a video,
Uh-huh.
and I did that about 3 times and then stopped for like a year. And
Yeah.
then I just decided to post like random nonsense that comes to my head, and I don't even scroll through other people's stuff. I just put something on there and then leave the app for like 2 months.
Yeah.
So
Twitter
the
is
other
a-
day I posted, "Beware the idea of March."
hilarious.
Great.
That's my great contribution to society.
That's your Twitter contribution. Probably
Twitter
better than
is-
99% of the bullshit people put out. So
I mean, so like Twitter genuinely isn't like that bad of a place. Like a
It's
lot
a
of
poorly
like,
designed, poorly run website.
Like, I guess Twitter is
I
a
mean-
health site, but Twitter also has a lot of uses in that like I've found like a bunch of like threads that are like advertising like game dev positions. That, like
yeah, that kind of
Probably don't
stuff is
qualify
kind of
for.
interesting to me.
but I like forward along to like like friends who can actually take advantage of that. But like
Yeah.
a lot of Twitter that I've seen has been like stuff like that.
Mhm.
That or like if you need like a legitimate reason to join Twitter, that would be one of them.
Yeah. So I was on the fence because of that reason, because you did link one of those posts where it's like, sign up for game dev jobs
Did you know
here.
you don't need a Twitter account in order to see those posts?
Yeah, I know, Jacob.
You're
I
not-
know,
you're-
but I
you're
get
not
quicker
likely to find
access to them.
right? Like
yeah.
people will post threads about like
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm
almost
looking
like
for
Twitter's
this
a
and looking
poorly
for
run
that.
website.
Yeah, it is.
But it's still the source for shit like that, which would be useful for me.
I look, maybe it's because I'm privileged and I don't have to play the game, but also every time I'm like, this game's dumb. We should not, as a society, agree to play like
Jacob,
this.
I literally agree with you. The whole point of me bringing this up is the fact that then we got into an argument on whether or not Tumblr is a less cursed website than Twitter. And I would argue that in this day and age, the fact that Tumblr.com still lets you see posts chronologically, at least, and not shove all of the fucking targeted advertising down your throat that Twitter and Facebook and Instagram do every single day is like, honestly kind of elevates it for me a little bit. Like, I feel like
Honestly, Yeah, that's a good point because whenever you go on any social media these days, it's not like chronological anymore. You're gonna get stuff from like someone posted something like 3 days ago,
Mhm.
and then you'll see that, and then they posted something yesterday, and you see that afterwards.
Right.
You can
And
actually I am not look I've been I've been more on your side, Nick. I'm not a huge Tumblr defender because I also think that is a poorly run website.
It's
but
also
I do-
bad, but I think it's the
and
lesser
bad,
of the evils.
but I do agree with you that at least there's some functionality on that website where you can search for things and also just follow things that are outside of your control. Like you can actually customize your page
Yeah.
to some extent,
Yeah.
and it the Tumblr website also doesn't look like ass. I genuinely believe that the Twitter website looks terrible.
Even
I
in
think
dark
it is-
mode, just
even in
poopy?
dark mode.
Hmm.
I think it just looks poopy. I think the way they structure feeds on Twitter, I understand why they do it because they found out the short dopamine hit in that feed design, but I genuinely that is the major point, and it throws all of aesthetic design out the window in order to achieve that, and it looks fucking bad.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean? Like they'll just how do you
Like
mean posts being laid out?
Facebook's on the other end of problematic because that's literally like 2,000 designs of like 150 banners and options where you're like, if we just flood them with information, then that's good, right?
Mhm.
But Twitter is like the opposite, where it's literally like, here's a shitty feed and here's some suggested topics on the right. Good luck, buddy. There you go.
Is it just too minimalistic for you? Is that what your issue is with it?
It's minimalistic. And like it's also the sorting thing. Like I'll click on something and I can't I can't sort through the comments as like I've talked about this. I am so upset that there is better organization and moderation in the YouTube comments section than it is for a Twitter thread.
Twitter, like, if you lose something, it's just gone forever.
It's gone.
You will never find,
yeah.
unless you can remember exactly how the tweet was phrased, so you could like
search for the
it.
keywords.
Yeah.
Like not even the keyword. You need to have like essentially like you can put it in quotation marks to
Mhm.
search for the exact body of it. Otherwise, you're not gonna find it again. Like shit just
Oh,
vanishes
man.
into the ether.
And like just like entire posts or just like comments and threads that are hard to find? Because I think
Entire posts.
Entire
okay,
post, dude.
wow, that is yeah.
Cause like the thing is, right, like top level stuff isn't necessarily like better surfaced in terms
Yeah.
of finding tweet. Like finding a tweet's a matter of finding a tweet, and like it just kind of goes away. Like
Mm-hmm. I mean
it's
that,
just
and I think
gone.
it's and like I think what Jacob was alluding to, it's kind of by design. That's just like you
Yeah.
you just see it and then you're on. You need to just move on to the next thing because you have that's another roulette chance of getting your dopamine hit.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I know this might be a spicy topic, but I do think like moderation of your page should be something you should have control over. And Twitter is just like, whatever. Like it's a random roulette chance on what gets to the top. Like I'll just be on a thread about like literally anything, and like I'll click to go through the comments, and literally like the first or second comment is something with like 5 likes that is basically like kill yourself, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Twitter is literally like you are never more than 3 clicks away from like a page that links to an OnlyFans.
Oh my.
You're never
But it's not even that. Like if it was just that, I'd be more fun. But it's literally like you're 3 clicks away from like an actual Nazi like spouting something on Twitter, and you're like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, at least on
Those
Tumblr
are,
you're
in
like
fact,
5 clicks away.
the 2 options.
I guess that's true.
Those- yeah.
Those are the 2 things that Twitter like has been able to do. It's keep Nazis on their platform and keep people with OnlyFans accounts on their platform. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
So here's
meanwhile,
my question
Jack
now.
Dorsey's going around like, guys, I think the internet might have gone too far. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. You're literally in charge of one of the companies causing the problem.
Right, you can fix it. So here's the natural
like, "Ooh,
question of
don't
where this goes
regulate
to.
me."
Mhm.
Is Twitter the worst of the social media, or is there another one that takes the top in terms
It's
of-
only the worst because it is
It's the most
the most
popular.
prevalent amongst
Yeah.
people who have financial and like financial power, basically.
Which actually ties into another point I was making against Twitter and pro Tumblr, is the fact that blue check mark is the bane of this world's existence on that hell site. Like, the fact that people can just go through this process and then gain this whole clout system that exists via Twitter and other social media sites.
I would say the clout system is a problem of the social media in general, but also it's a problem. It's a side effect of also.
Tumblr clout very much exists.
But I don't think it is as refined to the point that Twitter has it, where they literally have this blue check mark system. Nobody has that on Tumblr. Like, there's nothing to be like, this Tumblr user is like fucking verified. There are official TM accounts of real people.
So Nick, I'm going to dismantle your argument just so that I can reconstruct it into a better argument. Because YouTube has a similar thing of like, this is the verified account of this user.
Mm-hmm.
We have put a signifier to say this is the actual person and not a fake joke account.
Yeah.
Which is a good argument. The problem is that YouTube uses that in order for verification of, oh, you are actually the account holder of this original account.
Yeah.
Twitter checkmarks is literally whatever. Like, there have been so many times where people are like, can you explain to us the blue checkmark system? And it's like, we just give them now. Like, and
they ask for it, we give it out.
No, can you please explain? Like, there has to be like some decision-making process, and they're like, we're not going to tell you that. And it's like, what's happening?
I can agree that the process by which Twitter, I mean, if you can call it a process, for like,
if you could call it a process, big
that part's shitty, but that part is not fixable by like, oh, people having less clout. That's just Twitter having an inconsistent system for like verifying people's identities.
Yes, so that's what I was trying to say was I disagreed with Nick's account, Nick's part of his argument, but I agree with the sentiment about the blue check marks as being a problematic aspect of Twitter because of, as you said, the process that makes it unclear. I don't know. Well, Nick, once again, the other problem is that the blue check mark also became one of those things where you say it enough times as a joke, it then becomes real. Where I remember when the blue check mark stuff was happening, like at the start, and people were like, haha, blue check mark, I'm gonna get my blue check mark. Isn't blue check mark have not blue check mark? Isn't that funny? Ha, I have a blue check mark and you don't have blue check mark. And then it literally escalated over time as people forgot that was a joke. And they were like, I'm literally over you.
Yeah,
I have the blue check mark and you do not.
That is Poe's law.
How do I get a blue check mark? I want a blue check mark.
Something you have to have X number of articles written about you, and something else.
What if I write them myself? Does that count?
I think that there is the publication has to be something. Like there's a bunch of rules. But
that's the other thing. Like, how to like. If they're doing it off of that basis, how do they quantify it? Where's the threshold? I understand part of it will always be subjective, but like you got to have some like objective measures for us to understand how you're deciding these things.
Yeah.
Because it's like, do I get a blue check mark because I have published one academic paper? Does that count? Or like, I mean, the real answer is they subjectively hand out check marks to who they personally deem as worthy of having a check mark.
Yeah.
You are worthy of Dorsey's approval.
Yeah, just having that little thing that apparently means so much. And I guess generally, I'm wondering if you're disagreeing with my general point about like how Twitter handles like popularity in that sense. And I feel like my idea or my issue with it is just like it. And I guess maybe it's just more of a societal thing that's sort of catapulted it. But like, Twitter in a way reinforces it both through the blue check marks and then just generally by having publicly visible like follower counts.
Well, I don't think it's that. I think the bigger problem is that there's actual underlying issues in Twitter of like literal like, if you're in Twitter's good graces, then then congratulations, the algorithm's gonna like it's the same shit as like YouTube. If you're in the club, then congratulations, you're going to literally be part of the haves. And if you're not in the club, congratulations, you're part of the have-nots. And if you're not in the haves, well, that's just your fault. You haven't pulled your bootstraps up hard enough in order to get a blue check mark. Like it's literally that.
At
mentality.
Some point, you have to buy more bootstraps, man. You just don't have enough to pull yourself up.
Yeah, and then that's when you start getting into boot licking, and then that's a whole other issue. So does Twitter?
There's already too much boot licking on Twitter.
as as someone who has not used the service, like how do they handle showing you content that you from people you don't follow? Does it do it like often? Does it do it like is that like the
pretty
default?
often.
If somebody retweets it that you follow, they're putting it on your timeline.
Okay.
Also, if somebody likes it that you follow, they might be putting it on your timeline.
Yeah, dude. When they implemented that, even someone who does
Twitter-
not go on
that
Twitter,
is
I'm like,
Twitter's telling on you.
literally you literally have a retweet button, and you said you're going to potentially get rid of the retweet button, and you haven't gotten rid of it, and all you've done is actually just made the like button another retweet button. Which
Do
makes
you know
no
how
fucking
often
sense.
people get like notifications that like Game Over Greggy like horny art?
Exactly. Like I was listening to an episode of the Trash Taste podcast, which is like an anime based podcast.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how like they didn't know that implement was going out, so like they were liking all of their like horny anime art, and then suddenly people on the timeline was like, "Yo, dude, that's some you got some culture on your timeline," and they were like, "Oh no, no one was supposed to see this."
Yeah, because like I was just curious because the way Tumblr handles it is I think your likes are they don't have anything like that where it doesn't send it to other people's dashboards. You can have your likes be publicly.
Stupid idea.
So Tumblr are cowards. God.
So you can have your likes be publicly visible. People can go to your blog, and if you have it turned on, you can.
That's
they can
not the same.
They can they can look at everything you've
actively-
liked, all chronologically listed in the order that you like them. Or you can turn it off and be a coward like I am and just hide everything that you like.
Twitter is literally that friend who you cannot trust. You're like, hey, dude, I really like this.
I've got a secret.
This
Don't tell anybody,
this,
okay?
Yeah, I got a secret. I like this pretty cool art piece, but it's kind of like not safe for work, so don't share it around. And then that friend like goes to your grandma and
Within
is like,
2
yo, did you
minutes,
see that
they call
Johnny
your
liked
grandma.
Dojin number 557? Like it's that
They're
shit.
standing outside of the.
That's an early Dojin. 3 digits? God damn.
Yeah, three digits.
Oh
This
my
Dojin
god.
was written in 1986.
Yeah. But so with
Can that be
Tumblr,
what episode 69 is? We hunt for Dojin dash
the
one.
The oldest Dojin.
where's Dojin number 1? We must find it.
Dude?
It's hidden on Twitter now. They've uploaded
somewhere.
it there.
But yeah, then Tumblr I think has the same system with reblogs as Twitter has retweets, where it's just if somebody retweets it or reblogs in Tumblr's case, it shows back up in your dash.
Like, social media is intended to have a share function. Like you're like, oh yeah, I'm friends with these people and I want to share this with. That's like the dopamine point of social media. But Twitter is literally like, hey, I know you didn't said you want to share this with anybody, but you liked it. Those are the same things. If you like something, you always want to share it with
If
them.
you like something, you want people to know you like it. Right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
You gotta let the world know that you know about this.
Come on. Yeah.
But I guess I was curious to see if their Twitter
really
algorithm
now
was like.
all of China knows that you're horny, man, but like for Twitter.
But like, I was curious if because Tumblr also has a thing where they introduced it. I guess it's probably been over a year at this point, but they have this in your orbit tag thing that will show you things that from people you don't follow, but algorithmically it's like you generally like this kind of stuff, so you'll probably like this. And it only happens once in a while though, and I will say it's been
For
tolerable.
now,
For now,
it only
exactly.
happens once in a
I'm
while.
scared if it gets more intrusive, because there have been some times where I look at something and it's just like, wait,
I mean,
do I follow this person? Why am I following this person? And it's like, I'm not.
the same. It's the same. Like I kind of like that because there are some related posts that I want to see. Sorry for just like jumping in because I was just reminded of something that a social media site did and it fucking triggered me, and they did it about at that same time that Tumblr did their thing, which is Instagram, where like a year ago, Instagram changed it up where you don't just see your feed. When you scroll down to the bottom of new post, it just sends you to the discover page. And I'm like,
I hate that.
I don't want to do this. Sometimes I missed something earlier and I want to go back and see something my friend posted. What the fuck? Why did you do this? I understand why you did this. It's because these are promoted posts and you're probably making money off of some of these. But also, what the fuck?
Yeah. So I was curious if
I
Twitter
don't want to
does
see
Twitter
this.
do
You already have a
that
discover
kind of
page
thing?
for me to see that. It's like if I'm on Reddit and like front page shit is just on my personal page. I don't want that shit. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah. So does Twitter do that? Do they have things that are just like algorithmically like shown to you, even though you don't follow a person? Or
if there
don't know.
typically there will be a reason, as in like it'll say like liked by or retweeted by. The time
Right.
when it's not is like I'll get a lot of content that'll just have like the tag like Destiny 2 or Destiny on it, because I follow a lot of creators that will like will post about it. So tweets that I think other people who similarly like Destiny content have interacted with, it will show up in my timeline, and it'll just say like under the category of Destiny 2 or something. It won't say from this person or that person, but it'll be like essentially in that same vein.
So that just sounds like what Tumblr has with when you follow a tag. Like when you can follow tags on Tumblr, and then sometimes it'll show you stuff from that tag, that like artwork, like popular artwork or whatever. Like, popular posts are from that tag. That. And it's just they just use that with Twitter with the hashtag system. It sounds like.
Yeah, but like these things aren't necessarily tagged Destiny 2. They just are Destiny 2 related. Like
okay. And an algorithm.
Sometimes it'll be like like a post from like a community manager or something.
Okay.
And like like people who like Destiny tend to interact with them because they are Destiny community manager like stuff, but it won't pop up because I'm following them or something like that.
Yeah. Is there? So and now we're getting into the weeds of it. It does sound like a lot of the mechanics are pretty similar to Tumblr then, and I guess that comes to the crux of this whole social media discussion. A lot of social media
they all function
is
like a social media site.
Right, they're all sort of circling the drain around these general themes that are.
I want to clarify an earlier point about the Instagram thing, because that's not the promoted stuff isn't the only reason, because you do get more ads because you're on the Discover page, but additionally it is meant like all of these other media websites of showing you stuff that you don't want. It is to increase the chance that you stay on the website for a little bit longer and you click things a little bit more often, so that when they go to the shareholder meeting, they can say, look how much our interactivity went up. Shareholder with big monkey brain go, I like it. Gives them more money, and then their shares go up and they make a ton of cash.
The big good number, the big good. Oh god. Yeah, no, you're right. And that's how they do it. And I think the other point I made at the beginning of this about the advertising, the targeted advertising stuff on other social media sites. Funny enough, I feel like Tumblr doesn't have that as much of an issue, more so because they're just inept as like a website constructor, so they don't have the means to collect the data that they need to give more targeted ads on people.
Yes, like that's almost why I appreciate Tumblr. Is because I
better
know
or
that
worse?
they do not have the resources nor the brain chest. I don't know what's the right word for that, but like
the database
think tank.
Yeah, or
to come up with ideas like that.
The creativity.
Yeah. The thought process, the knowledge well.
Well, they don't have a large group of lawyers and marketing people running around and being like, oh, we got to get 0.001 plus interactivity for the shareholder meeting this week. I mean, I'm sure they still have some of that, but like, they're not as big as the other sites, so they don't have, people running around being like, we must
need number
literally shank people to get number to go up.
Number must go up. Number needs to be big.
They're all just trying to play.
It's not about the number being big. It's always about the number going up. Like they
just need a positive increase. Yeah.
They need a positive increase, and that doesn't even have to be in money. Like it's the entire Silicon Valley experiment has proved that all of the people who made their money in the 80s and exploited America literally are Neanderthals who have no idea what to do with their money, and it's almost like it's all their fault that we're in the position we're at.
Kind of crazy.
I'm so upset.
Brad, to your point of is that really a good thing? I would argue that it is, on the virtue that one, it almost is comforting that they aren't like analyzing me as much as other social media platforms are, and so I get a little more sense of privacy in that aspect. And then the other thing I'll say is that some of these fucking ads that I get on Tumblr are so batshit like fucking weird. I don't have any examples on hand, but I'm sure if you look up weird Tumblr ads on Google, there will be results of, and people have literally just taken screenshots. And there's been demand for Tumblr to implement a thing where you could just reblog the ad without like interacting with it in any other way, because they're just so, they're so like I don't know how they. I guess they're just more open to like weirder advertisers than the other social media platforms, because you see shit on Tumblr that just doesn't make any sense, and half the time, like, I'm pretty sure it's just generated by an AI that isn't really good. and, like, what it's trying to, like, do. It's
That's
so...
fine. Most ads these days are.
Teaching AI is hard, alright?
I understand. It's no easy task, but man, they could have given it a few more passes at whatever it was they were trying to fucking get across before they published it.
Maybe train your AI on more than one advertisement.
Yeah, literally it's what it feels like. And I don't know, I love that. Like, that is something I feel like I can't get anywhere else, where I'm literally like, this is the worst advertising possible, but I love it so goddamn much.
Are these the kind of ads you're talking about, Nick? I just sent some in the Discord.
Let's take a look. Yes! Hilarious. Literally stuff like this. These are actual things you can see on Tumblr.com. Brad has shared them in the Cave Discord, in the Horsin Around channel.
What Mariah Carey looks like.
They're so good! I cannot get enough of them. I think I might have saved some on my phone, so if I get any more of those, I'll also share them in the Discord. But yeah, like, that stuff is you can't get that on other social media platforms. You just can't. And I don't know. I will give Tumblr points for that, even if it's not really intentional, because it almost certainly isn't. Like, if they were bigger, they'd probably get rid of that shit.
Yes, it's true. but genuinely, I think Tumblr is the example that, man, I really wish some of these websites were just a little bit more incompetent. Like,
yeah, give me like
15%
more incompetent.
If they didn't go out and literally hire all these businessmen and lawyers to destroy the country.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good way of putting it.
Like, I like the other thing is, like, I don't know. Twitter does make me really miffed, because they in their, maybe this is just because of how I interact with them, and I don't interact with them on the regular basis, because I do feel like a lot of people understand that, you know, Twitter cursed at the very least, if not bad.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, I don't know, it does make me really upset that it feels like Twitter and the Twitter fan kids are like, Twitter's socially good. Twitter are the good guys. And I'm like, dog, please stop talking. Literally, Twitter is
good.
Twitter is literally like, hey, you know how we let literal Nazis run our platform for the last 4 years? Well, don't worry, we've stopped them now.
We banned
And
them.
you're like, oh,
we banned
you're
them
not
a week
the good
ago.
guys. Like,
Says
shut the
you.
fuck up.
I just posted another one, this one is actually just this blog, Pics That Make You Go just is sponsored by Adam and Eve. So every once in a while you get these very pseudo horny posts from them. But this one was just like, also, what the fuck is going on here? Why
That's
are
such
you...
an inefficient way of kneading your dough.
Yes,
dude.
I know. And the picture is
they're gonna ruin the bread like that.
Okay, so the prompt is, when you and your here, I'll just show it on screen. When you and your new coworker decide to take a lunch break while working from home, and it is
that ad's fine. That
but
fine.
why are
now,
you?
That's what I call a yeast infection.
Why are you fucking just going at it after you laid out the fucking flour to start making your bread?
That's when you got hot and horny.
Yeah, look, she's like, both of them are really hot in this ad, dude. Look at them.
They're hot.
I mean,
sure.
I don't like his checkered shirt. His checkered shirt's kind of.
Local man has never watched the fucking iconic music video from fucking, oh goddamn, I can't remember. I can't blank on his name now. That's where I started the bit.
Man's never watched a ragu commercial in his life.
Bro, give him ragu, dude. Growing up's tough.
Growing up stuff, dude.
No, fucking, fuck. Who plays the main character in the new In the Heights movie?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Not him.
Why? Hold on.
Elijah Woods.
Anthony Ramos.
Yeah.
You've never seen his fucking iconic music video.
I guess I haven't.
It is a very good song.
advanced.
I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now, but I remember that it is very good.
Is it Mind Over Matter?
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm looking at the preview and holy shit, what the
It's
fuck?
him. It's him and his wife, and they're like, you know,
You know.
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
you know.
that is correct, you know.
it is a very good video.
It doesn't
Um,
matter. I'm just sitting here being like, man, remember when In the Heights was supposed to come out but then pandemic happened and then I had to wait longer for a good musical to come out in theaters.
It's coming out soon now, right?
Yeah, but In the Heights is actually one of these movies where I'm like, man, this is one of the few times where I will watch a new movie at home, but god damn, do I wish I was in the theater to watch this. Holy fuck.
mhm.
It's coming to theaters. It's coming out in.
Some of us can't get vaccinated, Lul. Some of us are healthy.
Fucking skinny boys over here.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
what you
We
get.
can actually
This is
segue
what
that
you get.
into, well, I mean, it's not much of a topic, but yeah, you fucking, what was the, oh yeah, PSA, are you thick enough for the COVID vaccine?
Hell yeah,
We're gonna
dude.
put that in there. Very funny. Like it a lot. Yeah.
Simply have the right BMI, and New York State will fucking give you the vaccine immediately.
It's
Don't
so,
even question it. As long as
Literally
you-
goes through
as-
effort of losing weight during quarantine. Sorry, bud, you pulled the
Fucking
wrong
idiot,
move.
man.
if you wanted to lose weight, you should have just gotten type 1 diabetes like Jack, alright? You just,
Oh no.
See,
dude.
here's the thing, right? Jack got type 1 diabetes and then lost weight, and now he can get the vaccine because he has diabetes.
right, exactly. That was
I
the
can
play.
get the vaccine because I didn't get diabetes and lose weight. I just stayed fat, and I got the vaccine anyway, and now I can lose the weight.
Wait, hold on. What BMI do you need to get the vaccine?
I mean, it's probably
New York
different state by
yes,
state.
they classify obese as 30 and morbidly obese as 40, but as long as you beat 30, you can get the vaccine.
Yeah.
As long as you beat 30.
That's all you gotta do.
Time to do an MF supersize me.
Like what
New
do I
record.
do? Like do I just like fucking eat a bunch of food and get back to my worst weight I've ever had in my life when I was
Yes.
feeling awful?
Yes, exactly.
Oh god. It's so, and well, we took that class together where they had that person come in who was sort of breaking down like why BMI is like kind of a fucked up,
BMI is a terrible measure of like actually
Yeah.
how like
like how healthy you
Overweight.
are.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
New York is run by a terrible governor, so I'm sure.
You mean to tell me that you don't think God Emperor Kumo is the fucking best man alive?
No.
He stood
How
against he
dare
stood up
you.
against Orange Man bad. Therefore,
I
he is
can't
paragon
wait
of
for him
good.
to call me and say I'm better than a rapist.
You're telling me that you
What?
didn't enjoy.
Did you not hear about this?
Oh god.
No.
So when during the last gubernatorial election in New York, the Working Families Party, which is a third party in New York that caucuses with the Democrats but is left of the Democrats.
Yeah.
You might have heard about them in the last election because they did play a role in terms of endorsements and there's just a lot of stuff going on there, and so they were running they ran a candidate against Cuomo because Cuomo is kind of conservative, even though he has passed some liberal laws, like legalizing gay marriage being one of the first states to do that and all of that. But he still allows like he's made a lot of deals with the conservatives in the in Albany and all of that, and so he also just isn't as far left on a lot of issues. Also, he has like a lot of fucked shit in his past, and also he's kind of a dick. So they ran a candidate against him, and that candidate lost, and so they were deciding like, oh, should we endorse him or should we not? And so they were like, okay, we're going to endorse him, but we're going to say, look, we don't agree with Governor Cuomo on everything, but he's better than a Republican. And Governor Cuomo called up the motherfucking head of the Working Families Party and said, if you call me better than a Republican, then maybe I can say you're better than a child rapist. And I was like, yo, dude, what the fuck, Cuomo? That's fucked.
What?
Holy shit. And they were like, the governor's office was like, that never happened. What are you talking about? And then the New York Times literally has like the recording of the call, and I'm literally This was like maybe last week. I'm literally standing in the shower and I hear the phone call happen. I'm like, dog, what the fuck? It's like 8 in the morning, dude.
Are
What's
you
happening?
trying to tell me that you're not better than a rapist?
Now, how are you gonna respond to that, huh? What are you gonna say? You can't fight that. That's the ultimate power play there.
It's literal levels of. Last year, Abe said he was 15. Now he says he's 16.
Jesus fuck!
Which is it, Abe?
What was
You alright there, Lowell?
Hard. Fucking.
Okay.
His triangle head fell
He's got
off.
there's some head assery going on at the Lowell Berheen Mescal household.
Yeah, but anyway, it's almost like Cuomo should not be governor. Oops.
Oh, kind of crazy. Yeah, we'll see if that goes through.
He literally pulls, this is cancel culture's fault card. No, dude, you can't do this.
No,
Sorry
dude,
about
you're
that.
just kind of
Our
a
TV
bad
volume
guy.
was very loud.
Yeah, we could hear it. It was, oh boy. But
No, that was Cuomo's goons trying to silence me, dude.
Oh my God, they're breaking in.
I do kind of want to just circle around, and we could move on to something else after this. I just want to circle back around to the social media discussion here, and we sort of touched on a couple times how Tumblr, almost by virtue of just being a smaller platform, is able to get away with not pushing as much of the more mainstream social media tendencies with like the marketing and stuff like that. And so I guess the question is,
social media is too big, dude. I've said this a couple times before. Social media is too big, and that's its biggest problem. Is that in order for it to exist in the way it wants to exist and make as much money as it possibly can, it has to try and get everybody. But in getting everybody, you get a lot of shit.
yeah,
A lot of bad stuff happens.
yeah. So I guess like if Tumblr was somehow became more popular, it would probably just turn into what the problems we have with every other social media site would just reappear on Tumblr. Because like you were arguing when we were talking about this in Discord a little, you were saying how Tumblr clout is a thing, and I think my counterpoint was I guess it just isn't at the same scale as Twitter clout and the abuses of Twitter clout that you see, because it's like more publicized and there's just more people on Twitter to then get sucked into Twitter like clout wars and stuff like that with like doxing and harassment and stuff like that. So like yes, you can get harassed on Tumblr by somebody who has a lot of followers and tells their followers to go after some other account, but I think it's just
they're raiding.
Yeah, I mean like yeah, along those lines. But it's just like you don't see it at the scale that you see on Twitter, I feel like. And that kind of stuff is one of the big things that sort of steers me away from all of this in the first place. Is just like seeing that kind of, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we mock culture, cancel culture, but we also embrace like the good that it has done. But like you see some of the ugliest parts of cancel culture on Twitter and on Tumblr, but again to a lesser degree.
I don't know. Shame. There's a good episode of Last Week Tonight where John Oliver goes about it, where he's like, shame is a very good tool that's been used for good things, but also shame is been used for bad things. It's almost like it depends on how you use it.
And it's almost like having
who knew subjectivity in the world existed.
Kind of crazy and entrusting that kind of very subjective usage of that tool of shame to just millions of anonymous basically people on the internet is sometimes a recipe for disaster.
I mean, Twitter's also, I mean, it's less about that, and it's also literally like, there's also like a bot problem where it's like, this.
Yeah.
All right, I want to complain about bots
paying
for a second.
$10, and now someone's life has been destroyed.
Yeah. All right, what's
Bots
your
are the
bot
worst,
problem?
man. I still can't get a damn 3080 because as soon as they go up,
yeah,
they're out of
those
stock.
bots. Yeah. Look, man, those sneaker kids, they got into the graphics card game, and we have never known peace since then.
It's true.
I got
and
it
that
in
is
the-
why
I
I
got-
agree with
I got it in the cart last time, and then it said, "We're out of stock. I know it's in your cart, but you can't have it."
Yeah.
I
I
don't
was like-
know.
I don't know. Was it really in your cart though? Yeah.
I got to the checkout.
It fucking
I
blows.
made it.
Hopefully, once this pandemic starts to ease up, and like there was like a discussion of like a shortage of the components needed to make the cards, right? Which is like part of the reason that they just keep selling out of them so fast alongside the bots. It's like they already have a limited volume due to a shortage of materials, and then those limited volumes are getting fucking yeeted by the bots and then upsold for like hundreds of dollars past MSRP. And it just blows. I don't know. They hopefully... I think I've started to see more sites like Newegg doing like their shuffle system.
Seize the graphics cards, redistribute them to the masses.
Bernie Sanders 2024.
Message.
Everyone will have a RTX 3080 in their
Everyone
home.
will have a 3060 by
Yeah.
the end of the.
Oh, good call with the 3060 because that one prevents the fucking Bitcoin mining, so that would be Bernie's play.
No, the 3060 does not prevent Bitcoin mining.
No, I thought they tried, and I think they circumvented it pretty
And then people
quickly.
immediately found a way around the driver. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you literally find it a way around the driver in 2 seconds, and all the driver does is literally handicap people who would
Yeah,
want to use the
I don't know.
3060. Like,
I'm glad they at least made an attempt. Like, hopefully there'll be more.
The literal answer is that they made a mining only card, and then they handicapped the 3060 so that they could try and get more money by selling the mining only card.
But the mining only card is
Wait,
worse.
Nvidia
literally
made a
it's
mining
worse
only card?
and it's worthless. Like you can't even that's the argument a lot of people made where it's like, at least if you had a 3080
Mhm.
that you used as a workhorse, theoretically you could still resell it. Sure, it wouldn't be great, but like at least you like it has intent purpose outside of just mining. If you create a mining only card, congratulations, that is literal just pure e-waste you're generating.
But also the mining only card is worse at mining than
Yes.
a 3080 that you unlock.
The mining only
What
card
is this mining
is
only card that you guys are talking about?
No
Did
reason to buy
Nvidia
it.
literally just make a card that was built for mining?
Yeah, but it is worse at mining than actual gaming cards. So nobody's gonna buy it. Or people are gonna buy it, but it's not gonna like replace the gaming cards position.
Crypto mining. Oh my god.
wish,
no.
man.
Oh, all right. You know what? Never mind. Yeah. Fuck Nvidia. I thought they were legitimately trying to make an effect to slow down the rate
No,
of
dude.
Bitcoin mining, but no, they're just in it.
Yeah.
Which, business-wise, understandable. But fuck you.
Yeah, Nvidia is run by Liam Middlebrook. That's all I know.
It's him.
It still fucking blows my mind that AMD and
Uh.
Nvidia are owned by the same family.
Really?
Hilarious, dude.
No wonder they both
Like
suck.
Jensen, like Jensen is you know like the head of Nvidia. Lisa
Mhm.
Su, head of AMD, is like his niece.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like literally family.
Return
doing, like,
of Dynasties, baby.
They're doing like head to head like conferences talking about how their card is better than the other one, but like whoever fucking you pay, the money's going to the same family. Like
It's almost like wealth is generational, and that the upper class capitalizes on their wealth to maintain future wealth for themselves, and literally just make number go up.
Kind of.
I don't
fucking
understand.
buck
Anyway,
wild.
let's go back to the seize thing, like I was saying before. And you mind if we seize?
Oh yeah. What are we season?
Oh no, I was saying that I'm applying that to this, is that we should just seize everything, and companies shouldn't exist anymore.
And then I'll finally have a graphics card.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There we go. The final, the ultimate solution to the graphics card problem and
Ironically,
capitalism.
though, I'm going full mask off. I don't think large corporations should exist. I think the federal government should break up
Jacob,
most
you
big
you do
corporations.
this mask off reveal every time you're on the show.
mask isn't on. You can't
Look,
say mask
you
off
should
if
know
you
this.
don't
He's
have a
wearing like
mask.
8
I
masks,
love
man. It's like a
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo
I already
villain.
know who's behind the mask before the end of the Scooby-Doo episode. That's where I take my inspiration. I'm sorry.
Scooby
Have you
Doo
seen
is the
the-
ultimate anti-capitalist, and that's just that on that.
And I've been sitting on this podcast for 3 months now with Scooby-Doo games are fun, and you still haven't brought up that topic.
All right, do you want to talk about Scooby-Doo games? We can talk about Scooby-Doo
No,
games.
now I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh
man.
my god! Then why do you
You
keep
have to do it-
complaining
you have to
about
do it while
it?
the mask
Alright,
is
yes,
on.
we can talk about Scooby-Doo games. I love Scooby-Doo games. I love Scooby-Doo games. Hold on, let me pull up all the Scooby-Doo games. Hold on.
Hang on.
Great.
Let me check out. I'm gonna check on Steam if they got anything good on there.
The only
Scoober
Scooby-Doo
Doober.
game I think I ever played was there was a Game Boy Advance Scooby-Doo game that I had as a child. And I think it was based on the second
Oh, boy.
live-action movie. Not the first one.
Yes, I had that exact same game. The 1000-Volt Ghost is a very memorable boss fight from my childhood.
I don't remember anything from it because I think I quit because it was too hard for me as like a 5-year-old.
Ooh, bitch
don't worry.
baby.
It's not an easy game, so don't worry. There was another one I can't remember that was like literally a Game Boy original game, but it was like it was so old it had like the save system was the save system was like a code. Like
the codes were at the end of the level they give you like 3 images.
Yeah, classic.
And then you have to put the images in the right order.
Oh yeah, that was like another way of doing it. I remember another game from that time frame. I got like an Incredibles GBA game that also relied on a password system. You had to just keep a piece of paper around with like the passwords on them if you wanted to save your progress, because that's just all they had, which is a little. I mean, I guess it makes sense when you're doing a licensed video game. They don't probably care enough to try to implement a proper save system, because like Pokemon had a save system at that point. It wasn't like that futuristic to have a save system like that where you could just hit a button and it would do it for you. Because like I think like that's sort of a holdover from the NES days where you would have like passwords that would hold on to levels for you in some games.
Well, it's just a save state, like
right,
they
yeah,
just have
but
predefined save
but
states
instead of like a game where it literally holds onto it for you, it's
yeah.
just you are automatically progressed to a certain point based on the password that you've entered, because that's just a key to get you to where you need to go. But yeah, so I guess it makes sense for those licensed video games that probably didn't have a stellar budget, not the AAA budget that we're all expecting from.
But back in those days, weren't these movie games? Weren't they AAA? You know, back in the old days.
No, those were certifiably AA. I guess would probably be the right
they were
term for
AA. A lot of them were like shovelware, but also some of those shovelware games were like not bad. Like
there's good shovelware out there for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I would arguably say that Night of 100 Frights is pretty decent shovelware. Like Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights is like a game that I would unironically come back to many times, and I never beat because it was actually kind of a hard platformer. But
yeah, it is honestly. I don't know. I guess maybe it would be right to say that a lot of the good shovelware games are good in spite of the fact that they were made as like a tie-in thing, because like there's good shit out there. Like I think the original
if they are good and like a tie-in, it typically is like a surprise.
Yeah, some people really just wanted to pour their hearts into this experience, so they really went like the extra mile, and they absolutely weren't asked to by the publishers or the rights holders. They were just like, we know this will make us some money, so just like make a Mario clone or something like that, right? Like Battle for Bikini Bottom, right? That game was fucking amazing and has been fucking remastered.
What are you trying to say about Battle for Bikini Bottom?
It's a good game. It's a fucking amazing game. And like
Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Are you trying to imply that Battle for Bikini Bottom was not destined to be a smash hit?
I'm saying it was a SpongeBob tie-in video game that could have just been whatever. They didn't need to go as hard as they did on that platforming game, but they really did, and it shows. And like
they most certainly needed to. It's Battle for Bikini Bottom. It would have been a disrespect to SpongeBob if they had not made it perfect.
They did
like every SpongeBob tie-in game. They're all perfect.
Yeah, they're all good. All the SpongeBob tie-in games are good.
All good all the time.
I think the SpongeBob movie game is actually one that I really enjoyed. I feel like it doesn't get as much love as Battle for Bikini Bottom because that's the one I feel like most people remember. But I think it's that. There's also Lights, Camera, Action being a pretty fun party game.
I think I had one of them. I don't remember which one it was. Probably Battle for Bikini Bottom in the old days.
I think most people had Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Yeah.
But
I had the movie one.
I also had the movie. The movie one is like surprisingly fun. It actually has like good driving sections.
I think I had it on Game Boy.
No.
Which it wasn't very good on Game Boy.
Yeah, I think every like if they basically you had like a budget scale for tie-in games. You had like we're really gonna put a fucking shit ton of effort into this for some reason. Like we really think that this maybe our source
This could
material.
be the next big game.
Yeah, our source material might be so already interesting to the gamer market that we might just be able to get a double whammy if we make a really good game along with it. And that's why you get like something like the Simpsons video game, which was pretty good back in its time. But then you get the tier below that, which is just like you could get Diamonds in the Rough. But it's something where they're just like, all right, we need something on all the main consoles right now, and we need something on the handhelds, because we know that a lot of people don't have a console, but they do have handhelds, so we just need another company to just make another movie tie-in game. And then, like, the console game can be, like, to, like, maybe it's actually good, like, you know, fucking Spider-Man 2 or Shrek.
Handheld.
But then the handheld version is almost always... It's much harder to find good movie tie-ins.
You know what movie
handhelds.
tie-in game was good? The Incredibles on like PS2 was a good one.
Yeah, see, I only
did
had the
remember
handheld
that
one,
one,
for
but I don't
that.
remember
That was a
playing
good
much
one.
of it.
Uh,
I played like not a point and click, but like one of those classic like Disney PC like not low effort, but you know, like educational adventure games.
yeah,
I think it was Incredibles
edutainment
theme.
kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
I don't know.
And
I
where
think,
does,
I think there's a lot of edutainment that I miss, and I wish. I feel like maybe it's just because I'm not a child anymore, so I don't need to pay attention to that.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I remember having a lot of my formative early game experiences were edutainment. Like unironically, I've been trying to get people in my household to play Clue Finders with me. I fucking love Clue Finders, dude.
Yeah, dude. No, I definitely agree. I think our generation was the one that was starting to get like sort of. Maybe it's not even the
Mavis
case anymore
Beacon
because it's
teaches
all.
typing.
Hell
Mavis
yeah, she
Beacon
does, dude.
and fucking Putt-Putt, the Putt-Putt games,
Putt-Putt.
which recently I think there's been like a cult following that
I
got
don't
it
know.
re-released on Steam. That's why those are
Spy
there
Spy
now.
Fox.
Spy Fox,
Spy Fox. Yeah.
Pajama Sam, Freddy Fish, right? Is that the fish one? I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
Freddy Fish.
Oh,
the
God.
entire Jumpstart franchise.
Yeah.
Math,
What was the
Math
Fox one?
Blasters.
What one?
Which Fox?
The
one?
Fox.
You got-
There's a
The
Spy
one
Fox.
with the fox. Yeah, Spy Fox.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the whole collection of games is like something that I think a lot of kids were just learning basic shit on. That was definitely one of my first gaming experiences, so I'm curious to see. I'm assuming it's just all apps now. I'm assuming it's just on everybody's phone that you can get stuff that's
I know there are a lot of ones that are like phone games now. Yes, I think. I mean, it's understandable considering at least that's something to put on an iPad that
Yeah.
kids have gotten infatuated with. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't like tablets, so I can't relate. I mean, I guess I don't like children either. So like, maybe that's me.
Yeah, the haptic feedback, or not haptic, visual feedback and the stimulus that a tablet game can provide is probably like perfect for small children, which is why it's so easy for parents to just leave their kids with a tablet for hours.
I'd also like to preface: I don't hate all children. There are some children I think are cool. I can hang out around
Hashtag
children.
not all children.
I had
ladies
to
and gents.
teach children, but teaching children has taught me that I don't like kids.
Yeah.
But have you heard of the Grush?
The-
The gaming toothbrush.
Oh
Yes,
god,
I have heard of the game.
Yeah, dude.
I forgot about Grush, dude.
How can you forget about Grush, dude?
Dude,
No,
it's,
I remember the donkey video
I hope
on
they
it
made a
now,
sequel.
but it was so long ago.
It's okay.
I
I'm
do
buying,
remember.
I'm buying
too.
Nick a Grush right now.
I don't.
yeah.
I was too old for Grush, but I was the right age
Never
for.
too old for
Nick,
Grush.
I was
You're
no,
like
hear me out.
12,
I
right?
was the
They
perfect.
had it for adults too. They
No,
had an adult.
okay, but I was old enough to live in a period where I desired and eventually got myself some Tooth Tunes. Do you guys remember those?
I do
Where they-
remember.
Yes.
I had
Where
the
they
fucking,
realized that.
Black Eyed Peas one, dude.
Oh,
That fucking
yeah,
shit
yeah.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I learned that if I want to play music while I'm brushing my teeth, I can literally use any other. form
right.
of
It's such a
music.
it is the.
It's
It is
not
targeted
synced up.
kids.
It's not synced up exactly how you need it to be.
I need my
Alright.
mouth to vibrate at the pace of All Stars by Smash Mouth, okay? And the only way I can do that is via Tooth Tunes. So bring him back. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I have good news for you, dude. The Grush is still available on Amazon.
well, the
as
Grush
a
is
percent
still
of the
being
discount.
marketed actively. Like, it's a thing in the current
Do,
year.
do they have any new updated songs?
Yeah, wait, hold on. I'm gonna look for Tooth Tunes. We're gonna see if
Can
Tooth
I
Tunes still
sync up my
exists.
Tooth Tunes to the current like TikTok trend? And then,
Oh
like,
my god.
dance
There
to
is... There is
where's my Chug Jug toothpaste, dude?
Number one
Chug-
victory royale, dude. I'm gonna fucking dunk on all these.
Weekend Pro Fortnite gamers. Sorry,
I'm
Nick. I'm
gonna-
not trying to get your good
No,
stream
no, it's
DMCA'd by
fine.
how
I
good
would be,
sung
I
that.
would be totally fine if I got demonetized for playing Chug Jug with you on this podcast. God, I don't know why. Like, this is definitely one of those things that's gonna be dead in like the next week or so. But I am infatuated with Chug
less
Jug
than
with
a
you.
week, dude.
I love it.
What
I
song?
love it so much.
What song are you guys talking about?
Oh,
Chug
hold
Jug.
on. I'm gonna send it.
Like,
I'm gonna
number
send it
one
in the
victory
horse.
royale, or is it a
Yes,
different one?
it's
Yeah,
called the
that's-
song originally is
That's
called
been
Chug
around
Jug.
for a solid month. It's not going
It's-
anywhere.
I don't know,
you,
man.
you don't even know that song's 2 years old.
Yeah, but it didn't get big until
I
people
know,
started,
but
like,
still, like, I feel like a lot of people don't know that song is not current year. This song is literally.
Yeah,
2
no,
years
it was.
old.
It's like a fucking Among Us thing, but just with a meme where it's like it got discovered, and I think it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
specifically because people started plugging into that Wombo.ai thing where it has people
Yes.
singing to a song or whatever, and they just plugged it
That
I
in.
app
saw it
is
with
so
Obama.
fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hate how good it is.
yeah, it's terrifying. It's fucking yikes.
You literally just feed it any selfie. Somebody gave it Mitch McConnell, and it read
He's-
that his fucking neck flaps were his mouth.
I mean, that is what Mitch like. He doesn't speak through his mouth. Dude. He speaks through his flaps, dude.
Did you know
I
that
speak
turtles
for-
breathe through their assholes when they're
yeah,
hibernating?
I did.
Specifically, brood-mating, I believe.
Specifically, what mating?
Brood-mating
What
is,
is-
I know that's for crocodiles. I don't know if that's for turtles, but
Is that the term?
it's like the
for
hibernation equivalent for reptiles.
So wait, so it's the term for? Is that describing them breathing through their assholes? Is that the scientific term
No.
for it, or is it?
That's
what-
the term for their hibernation process because they don't sleep when they're hibernating. I learned this recently. They just like slow down their heart rate to like 1 beat per minute. They're still awake in there. They're just really not
Yeah, they're
accepting.
dormant.
That seems like
So that's
A
what
state
it's called.
or condition of sluggishness, inactivity, or torpor exhibited by reptiles during winter or extended periods of low temperature.
so you're just
If you watched the episode of the Magic School Bus where they get turned into reptiles, Nick, you would have known this.
Ooh,
fuck.
That's-
made again.
Shit.
Nick's not a real
Busted.
fan, boys.
Hey,
Yeah, you got me. You got me. My
And
profile picture
with
is for
your
not.
profile picture.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm
Unbelievable.
letting Carlos down.
Make it a turtle.
I bet this man doesn't even have traumatic memories of watching the first Magic School Bus episode.
Where they go into Ralphie's like
No,
sick-
dude.
When they
it's
go
the
into
space
space and
episode.
Arnold fucking
God,
dies.
no, okay, I specifically remember the episode. I block it out that it was the first one. Like, how could they do that in episode 1 of the Magic School Bus?
It was
I don't
the
know.
pilot.
That sounds like a pilot episode thing where they're like, guys,
we gotta
for
let
PBS,
the
for
people
kids,
selling.
we're going hard on
Yeah,
this
we
one.
gotta let everybody
Everyone was
know
like, "Yo,
what
dude,
they're getting
everyone's
into."
scared. All right, guys, we have to back off. No more scary.
Yeah, they don't even go that hard after that point.
Eyes turn red, dude.
It's so fucked up.
He's fucking dead.
He
I
literally
don't know.
just
I
died.
relate to Arnold a lot in that moment. If I had to deal with all that shit, I'd be like, you know what, fuck it.
If I had to
would take
deal
it
with
to
my
die on
asshole
Pluto.
cousin or whoever the fuck it was coming from another school and just bitching about our school while we were literally going to space.
I mean, it's an important lesson. Don't fucking take your helmet off when you're in space, dude. That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's
You're
like,
gonna die.
come on. That's step 1 is don't take the helmet off. That's the first thing they teach you in
the
space
helmet stays on.
Yeah.
Like, what's hilarious about that is like it literally breaks so many rules of like animated television. Like every time you go into animated television, you have like a social. It's just any television, you have a social contract about like, all right,
What are the rules?
we're
right?
gonna this is, everyone knows this is TV and it's not real, so we're just going to like all
Yeah.
have the social contract that, you know, some things will happen even if they don't like perfectly make sense. And Magic School Bus is like, hey, you know how we just had like literal kids fly through the universe on a school bus? All right, real shit though. Arnold takes off his helmet and fucking dies.
dies.
Dies, dude.
But he's
And
fine.
then they're like,
he gets better. He gets
We
better.
changed the ending. We had to change the ending of the episode. He doesn't die. He just has a cold, guys. We
Oh, he's
promise.
got a cold,
Like,
guys.
his eyes fucking turned red.
His
because they
head
popped.
literally turns into a block of ice. Like, it's just a block of ice. But he's
all I'm
fine.
saying is that there was that episode where they do get baked into a pie to explain to you how like baking works and
Mhm.
like the chemistry behind it. And even still, you're like, dude, they shouldn't be in this pie, dude. This is not okay. They're gonna fucking die.
Bro, they're gonna fucking have a bad time in a few minutes here. This reaction's gonna kick off.
In that one where they're turned into lizards, there's literally a time where they're they go into a cold room and they start slowing down, and you're like, dude, this is not okay.
Good lord. Well,
they're about to enter the brumation period.
Yeah, that fact is pretty fucked up. Or well, I guess it's fine. The reptiles are just used to it. I guess.
I think it sounds fucking metal, dude.
But yeah, it's metal as fuck. But like you're just
there in the ice, and they're just like just sitting there.
It's like what people allege is like something that might happen when you're like drowning and you die like as you're drowning or whatever, and like you get, I guess the thing that Joe Rogan uses all the time, DMT, like just fires off in your brain and everything like slows down. But then it's just like reptiles are just
the worst time for it to happen is when you're drowning. You don't want it to be slow.
Reptiles are just doing
that. Is that why Joe Rogan always sounds like he lacks oxygen in his brain?
It might be.
I think that may have more to do with the things that he says, opposed to.
I mean, he also spent some years in wrestling, right? He might have taken a few hits a little too hard, which may, in turn, given him some of the thoughts that he then spouts out on his podcast. It's a weird,
I guess
weird cycle.
Sorry to derail this entire conversation by getting upset about Joe Rogan, but my brother literally knows real life people who are like, Joe Rogan's my news source, and I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Oh man, yeah. Well,
but you could be like, you could get Twitter could be your news source, if you signed up.
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately, it is. Unfortunately, the truth is, if you said Twitter is my news source, and then another person came up to me and said Joe Rogan is my news source, I would say to the Twitter person, maybe you should reevaluate, but I really got to deal with something way worse right now.
Yeah, I will say to bring it all back around to the topic of whether or not I'm even going to get a Twitter.
I only follow Alex Jones.
No.
No.
I at least am going into it with the knowledge of like what I should be avoiding and what I what to expect with Twitter. So like
your intention is to make the Twitter. That's your intention.
I don't know. I still am on the fence about it. It just feels like with any social media, it's like a commitment, and I don't know if I even want to make that commitment in the first place. So
don't do it, because it's when you're in, it's just so hard to get out. Like getting out is really hard, and you'll feel
like
better when you
GameStop.
Do. But guess what? You'll look back on your time and you're like, wow, that really wasn't worth it. Like I.
Yeah, Nick, if you are gonna do it, I suggest you use my strategy of never even bothering to open it unless you have something pointless to say.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. The only reason I technically still have a Twitter account is so I can vote in the March Madness polls for the movie podcast I listen to. That is literally the only reason I have it.
Yeah. I did make a throwaway Twitter account very long ago when Tumblr or not.
His mask's coming off.
Wait, yeah, my mask is off, guys. Final reveal for the episode.
They deleted my account and one of their big purges. It was weird.
No, because back then, on the Rooster Teeth podcast, they were still like answering questions live, based on if people were using like the Rooster Teeth podcast like Twitter handle or @ or whatever. So I made an account for that to like try and ask them questions on Twitter. Obviously, there was a lot of people doing it, so it never got through. But that was literally the only reason I made that Twitter, was so I could do that, and then that was just it. So, but now maybe with game design stuff going on there, I should maybe give it another shot. Who knows? Anyways, we're already way over on time, so I think we've covered a large gamut of fun conversation points.
Lots of social media today.
Yeah, so thank you guys for joining me.
Media is quite social.
It do be like that sometimes.
Dude, I don't know what it. Sorry for just jumping in here, but Lul, you saying social made me have a flashback, and I don't know what it was last week, but I was just sitting in my chair one day, and I was just like, let's get social. And I was like, that's a fucking blast from the past, dude.
It's been a whole year of being asocial.
Yeah.
So
it's been a whole year.
It's about time.
Lul and Nick, do you even remember what I'm referencing?
No.
Let's get social?
No, I think this might just be a CSH thing.
Do you remember? We can talk about this after.
Yeah, we can. All right. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be doing more Pokemon Soul Lock later this afternoon, starting at 6. I think is usually the start time. So check us out for that. We're gonna keep going with our Solok adventure, and until then, stay safe and peace out.